It's cool. Feast your eyes on the prize, living in city lights. You're out in front of the race, but you can't cross that finish line. Woven through the noise, the dial never sways. If your life is beating you, you have got to change your game. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find your peace of mind.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. We don't have any game sound, so let me correct that. It is frozen at the moment. There we go. Alright. That happens more often than not, unfortunately. How's everybody doing today? Welcome in. It is Saturday afternoon, and you all know what that means. GT45 Gaming here. We're bringing in the commentary for you today. We're here with the GTRC, our favorite little group here Saturday afternoon, folks. And we're here for round 3 with the Mazda MX5 mini-series these guys have going on. And this is ran in between the major championship of the GT3 series. So every other week, we see the MX5 guys come in here and put on a show for the fans, and these are fun little races. Last week's race was really a spectacular race, and this week should be no different. You can see here we're at Deep Forest Raceway. We're in Switzerland today, and the weather conditions outside on track are not the best. It's very cloudy, it's very gloomy, it's a little bit foggy. So what does that mean for the drivers? Well, this is a GT7 platform, ladies and gentlemen. So what that means for the drivers is that the weather conditions are definitely going to affect grip levels on the racetrack. So with it being so cool and a little bit of fog could create a little bit of moisture on the racetrack, it could actually make it for a little bit of an interesting race for these guys on track here today. But they've been here, they've been testing all week. They've been dialing those cars in, running their laps, so it should be a pretty interesting race. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, as well, this is a Pro and Pro-Am series. So we have a Pro drivers on track, which will be seen during the race with a red stripe on the bottom of their window banner, and the ones that don't have that red stripe will be in the amateur division. So we're having a giant race with overall position finishing, and then we're also having a multi-divisional race all at once. So we're going to have 2 sets of podium interviews here at the end of the race today, and it should be a good race. I mean, it's Miatas. Who doesn't like Miata racing? And we're stacked. You guys can see here over on the right-hand side of the screen, we're loaded up, man. We got a nice juicy grid here today. It's going to be a good race. Hour-long race. Soft tires are the only tires the drivers can use here. It's 3 times fuel, I believe. Ms. Madam Mel coming in. I am doing well. I hope you are as well. Guys coming in here just showing the love. What do we got here? Got Miss Madam Mel coming in with the like. We got Nolander coming in with the like. Madam Mel coming in with the share. Nolander coming in. Gaming coming in with the like. And Method coming in with the like as well. Much love, much love. Nolander Gaming over on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. You have seen him take over some of these commentaries as well to step in for myself. So much love over there at Nolander Gaming on Facebook. Hope everybody's doing fantastic today. So we're just getting ready to do quality. We might be qualifying now. Yes, so we're just starting qualifying. So the drivers are going to have 7 laps to get the best time they can around the racetrack, and that is going to set our grid for today's race. So whether you're a pro driver or an amateur driver here in the race today, that doesn't matter. Where you qualify is where you start on the grid here today. So fastest driver at the top, slowest driver at the bottom. So we have Doug on track here today. I believe he's currently leading the standings, which we'll bring up to you at some point here in the race. We've got Trone here as well, who had a great race for his division last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry. We have Bar 27 here as well. Ibra in the Pro division. We got Type R, Pappy just behind there. And Pappy had an absolutely amazing race 2 weeks ago. with the MX5s, coming in 6th overall as an amateur driver. So he had an absolutely blazing great race last week, 2 weeks ago. So it'd be really interesting to see how he handles this thing around Deep Forest here today as well. We've got 750 here, and that quite colorful Twitch looking car there. This is a very fun car. There's a nice beautiful design on this car here. So well, showing some love over to Twitch there is 750 here. Great looking car. We got Hair Razor here in the other Costa car as well. And Hair Razor's a strong competitor here in the series, of course, a pro driver. We got Big Stick just behind him here. Looking like an amateur driver there on the window banner, with Anto just beside as well in the amateur division. We got 3 mates here. Mr. Mike, pro division, looking like he's just opting to sit behind. We got Bo here as well. P12 pro division, much of the same strategy, just sitting in some clean air. We got Tap as well, looking much better in the pro division as well. So you can see a little bit of experience coming into play from some of these drivers, staying away from the pack to do their qualifying, just stay in that clean air, no pressure, nobody in front, nobody behind. They can just run the absolute best lap they can. So fantastic stuff here. But we're going to sit on with Doug here until we get a hot lap in. We'll bring the timing screen up for everybody here. Right there. So we can see the times as the drivers are coming across through qualifying here. So this is the out lap, so this lap really won't count for much. The next 6 laps here now are officially the official qualifying times for all the drivers on track. So I'm not sure how many pros. It looks like we got a pretty good split field of pros and AMs here today. It looks like we got about 6 pros and 8 AMs, or 7 and 7. So it's going to make for a good race. So Doug coming across, so this is actually your first official lap. My apologies. 137.2, so pretty good lap there by Doug, but he's getting really wide there. That's going to most certainly probably give him a penalty there, so he's going to have to do some work to better this lap. We got Trone just behind, and Ibra taking P2 there, so Trone down to P4. Hair Razor currently sitting in provisional 3rd. We got Mike in 4th, Trone in 5th, 750 in 6th, Big Stick in 7th, Type R in 8th. We got Bar in 9th, Pappy in 10th, Anto 11, Bo 12. Bo just jumped up into 9th, Anto down to 12, and Tap rounding out the field here. So what do we know? What's good, everybody? Oh, also, happy Thanksgiving to all our Canadian viewers today as well. It's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, where I'm located. So lots of people spending time with their family and their loved ones, and for the first Thanksgiving in a couple of years, probably sitting around the same table as each other, enjoying a good meal and some good conversation and probably some good times. So absolutely enjoy it, everybody. Get in there. Get that turkey. So Doug is going to come across, and of course a penalty hurting him there. Ibra is not going to get Doug. Trone bettering his time now, moving up into P3 there. Hair Razor is going to come across here. No change. Alright, so no change in that group of drivers. Bar's still in 5th. Mike's down in the 6th now. Tap up in the 7th, which knocks Big Stick down to 8th. Anto's moved up into 10th. And Pappy's dropped down to the back of the field here. Alright, so we still got 4 laps. 4 juicy laps of qualifying here. And to no surprise, Doug is always fighting for pole position here with the Miata series, or pretty much any series he's running in. Quick driver, so. But I mean, he's a little less than 0.2 of a second ahead of Ibra currently on the racetrack. So he's definitely not significantly faster than everybody else today, but he's still a little bit quicker. He's purple by 0.3 here right now, actually, as well. So our provisional pole sitter trying to better that lap of his here right now. what's we going to get here? It's going to be a 36.5. So knocks about 3/4 of a second off that fastest lap there. So yeah, the first driver into the 136s here is Doug. So let's see what Ibra has to do with the response here. Oh, we're coming into the corner here. He's already coming around. Hairraiser jumping up into P2 there. 4/10 off of Doug. So Hairraiser significantly improving his fastest lap during qualifying here. We got Vic coming in with the thumbs up. How are we, Vic? How you doing, my guy? Just dealing with a little bit of spam here, ladies and gentlemen, in the GTRC YouTube. Just bear with me for one moment. All right. Vic coming in with that share as well. Much love. So let's get back to our field here. We got Doug provisional pole. We got Hairraiser sitting in P2 currently. Ibra in 3rd. We got Trone still sitting in 4th here. We got Tap in 5th. We've got Bar 27 now up into P6. Mike in 7th. Anto's up into P8. We got Big Stick in 9th. We've got 750 in 10th. We've got Type R in 11th. We've got Bo in 12th and Pappy in 13th. So 13 beautiful little Miatas on the track here today. This is going to be a juicy one. Ooh, he's getting a little bit slippery there, but I mean, these Miatas are, you know, if you watch them in real life racing, they're a ton of fun, and you'll see these guys, they tend to use the fact that the rear ends are a fair bit loose in these cars to gain time around certain corners, and it's actually kind of what we're seeing out of Doug here as he's going around Grand Valley here, or Deep Forest, sorry. I wish Grand Valley was here. They need to bring Grand Valley back to Gran Turismo 7. And I really do feel like GT7's done a pretty good job at mimicking the way that the MX5s drive in real life in the game here. I think they've done a pretty decent job at that. So, with that being said, I mean, you know, what you see in real life, you kind of expect to see these cars do on the track here in GT7. They're going to react fairly similar. Again, the guys are on the racing soft tires here for the series, so... and that's just, ooh, getting it a little bit loose there, a little hard on the throttle. These cars are not easy to drive. They're really not, but they're so much fun. So we got Bar now up into P2. So Bar has found some time here as well coming around. And we got one more lap for most of these drivers here as they're coming around the start-finish line here right now. These guys will be on their final laps here. And Bar 27 using a little bit of slipstream from Troll and Colby there is going to take that pole position from Doug. So he's just going to park it. He's pretty happy with that. He's like, no, I'm good. Doug's got a half-second penalty here, too. So I doubt he's going to be able to do any better than what he's already sitting on. We got Hairraiser here. He's going to go around one more time. Ibra's made a mistake there, so he's pulled it off the racetrack. Just going to wait for the race to start. Trone's finished qualifying. Tap is still out. We have Mike still out. Anto getting it wrong there. Mike going around. Alright, so we have a couple of drivers who are still on their final qualifying laps. Looks like Bo is calling it with Pappy there. Alright, so Doug's coming around. He's going to serve that penalty. That's a spicy corner, that left-hand hairpin we just seen Doug come out of there too. It is a very spicy corner. Really cool. It feels really neat when you get it right, but when you get it wrong, it can go all kinds of sideways on you. Alright, so Doug's not going to better that time. So we're going to have Bar 27 starting on pole position here. It looks like Doug is going to be sitting P2. Hair Razor can't knock him out of there yet, so we'll just sit tight on that for a second. It's only 4/10 of a second here. He's got a good pace running. He does better his time, but he's going to sit in P3 currently here. Ibra is off. Oh. We've got Big Stick and Mike still on their laps here as well, so... Oh, Mike is going to go into P3. He's going to knock Hair Razor out of the top 3 spots there on that final lap around. So, good job there by him. We got Tap still cooking here. And he's going to stay in P7. So, there we go. There's our field. 14 drivers in the field here. 1 driver having a qualifying ban, I believe. So, Bar in P1. We got Doug in 2nd. Mike in 3rd. Hair Razor starting 4th. Ibra starting 5th. We got Troan in 6th. We've got Tap in 7th. We've got Anto in 8th. We've got Big Stick in 9th. We've got 750 in 10th. We've got Type R in 11th. Bo in 12th. Pappy in 13th, and Supra in 14th. So let's get in with, let's go to the mid-pack here for the start of the race. Well, we're going to go 3 wide through turn 1, 2 sets of 3 wide through turn 1 here. A little bit of contact there between a couple of the drivers, but nothing too major. Everybody got through there pretty good. So, race on. Here we go. So, we're sitting with our 4th place driver, Hair Razor, here currently. We don't have TV cameras yet. And Hair Razor having to check up a little bit there, not to get into the back of Doug, as you can see. So, pretty good clean race start here for the most part. But you can see a lot of battling. Oh, we got a driver off the track here. One of these drivers got in. It was Tap. So Tap got into the wall a little bit there. He's got a little bit loose, losing some position there. But green flag still going. So Tap's back on track here. You can see Tap is a little bit lagging here. So it's going to be tough for the drivers in behind here to find a safe spot and time to go around. But I mean, these guys are all in driver chat as well. They are communicating with each other in this instance. And it looks like we've lost a driver already. Got a battle here for P2 currently between Doug and Mike. And Doug's going to get the job done, and Hair Razor's going to try and follow him through here, but that's going to give Mike the inside coming into the next corner. So it's a side-by-side drag race coming around up to the end of the first lap here between Hair Razor and Mike for P3. And Mike has just got the slight advantage here. But Hair Razor's now going to get it coming up the hill as he's got Ibra pushing him through here. So a little bit of help from Ibra. So P3 going to Hair Razor. Ibra's going to jump up into P4. And Mike's the big loser here, dropping 3 positions from P2 to P5 in that little exchange of positions there. So that's Miata Racing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the slipstream is mighty strong in these cars, and it could be a very, very good tool to gain you positions. And we see it in real life Miata Racing all the time, and no different here. So a little bit of separation here for the mid-pack. 750's got Tap all up in his business while he's trying to catch Big Stick here. And Supra is still looking for a spot to get around Tap there. You can see Supra really looks like he's got the pace to get around Tap there, but he's just trying to find a safe spot to get enough berth to get around Tap there. As you can see, he's just a little bit of side to side as he's going through the corners there, right? So it makes it tough for some of these drivers here. We'll jump on board with Tap here for a second. He's going to have to serve a penalty here, though, so 750 is going to get the job done here. He's going to move up into P7 as Big Stick and Tap both are going to be serving a half-second track penalty here. So Supra should be able to get the pass done on both these drivers here when they serve their penalties, hopefully. He's going to definitely make the move here on Tap. Tap looking for a cutback. Oh, getting a little bit wide there. Got a good run though. So Tap is right on the back end of Supra here. So nice little five-way battle we got here from 7th to 10th place. As you can see, Type R is just starting to sneak up into this battle here as well, with Mr. Pappy in 12th place just behind. Anto is in 13th, and we definitely lost a driver. It might have been Bo. I think we lost Bo. We did. So currently, race leader, oh hey, TV cameras, fantastic, is bar 27. So Doug just getting the job done on Hairraiser there for P2. Looks like they're having a little battle. Let's go check that out. But currently bar 27 sitting in the lead. So Doug just getting around Hairraiser there. They were side by side. I think Hairraiser was trying to get the move on Doug there, but we didn't quite see the action. So Hairraiser's tucked back in behind Doug, and now he's chasing. And you can see our 4th place driver Mike just behind there. So here we go, a little battle going on. You can see Doug's really closed up on Bar here. Oh, a little bit of contact. I don't think Bar realized Doug was there. So Bar's going to go from P1 to P3 there. Doug's going to move up. Hairraiser's going to try and take advantage here. He's going to go on the inside of Doug here, side by side up the straightaway, coming out of the tunnel. And Mike is now in this battle here as well. So 4 cars for the lead here right now. And then we got Trone and Ibra just behind Slipstreaming as well, trying to catch this pack. So very quickly could turn into a 6-way battle for the lead here very, very early on in this race. So Doug and P1, Hairraiser in 2nd. We got bar 27 battling in 3rd. Now we see a challenge from Hairraiser on Doug here. And who is going to get it coming up the hill is the big question. Right now Doug has position for inside on turn 1. Can Hairraiser get ahead here? Bar's going to try and push Doug through here. Oh, this is fantastic racing by these guys up front here. Hairraiser's got the outright lead coming into turn 1. Doug's going to come in with a little bit of late braking, though. And Bar thought about it as well. So Doug and Bar side by side. Bar backs out. Mike going to take P3 from Bar now. Woo, we have a race tonight, folks. Holy moly. Here we go. All right, Hairraiser's in P1. Doug's in P2. We got Mike now in P3 and Bar falling back into P4. So starting this race in the lead, dropping positions here. Oh, he's going to go inside of Mike. Is he going to get the job done here? He's got that good line. Absolutely P3 going back to bar 27. Mike dropping back to P4. But now has pulled Ibra and Trone back into this battle for the lead. So now it's a 6-way battle for those podium positions here very, very early on in this race. This is some great racing by these front 6 up here. So Hairraiser and Doug are trying to pull away from the from Bar and Mike and Ibra and Trone and 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th behind here, but it is just a train of Miatas here. So where's our 7th place driver? About 5 seconds behind. Again, serving a penalty here. So Tap now going to be looking to get past 750 here potentially with Supra and company in tow. That is a tough penalty serving zone there. You lose a lot of time. And 750 opting to defend there. We got Mr. Dennis Miller coming in with the like and the share. We also got Daniel coming in with the like. Much love, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, how you doing, my guy? So Tap is getting nice and tight in on 750 here. I don't know if he's looking to make a move here. These guys may be opting to work together a little bit, potentially, try and catch the rest of the pack. We have a car off there just in front. I'm not sure who that was. I'm not sure who that was. Bar 27. I think Bar 27 was off the track there. We got Super here now up into P8 with Big Stick all up in his business here in P9 with Dale Earnhardt Jr.-esque livery on that Miata here today. He's got Type R just behind here in 10th place. We've got Anto in 11th, and yes, I was correct. It was Bar 27 off the track, so our pole sitter now down into P12 here. Happy Pappy in 13th, and we have one driver who disconnected from the race here, so really unfortunate to him, but not all for nothing. He's still going to get the points for P14 finish here today. So Hairraiser still in command of this race currently with Doug chasing. These two are very, very, very familiar with each other on the racetrack as well, Hairraiser and Doug Burrows. So these guys, they know each other's strategies. They know how each other race. They race against each other a lot, all the time. And it's going to be interesting to see how they work this through the rest of this race here right now. Are they going to play nice? Are they going to battle? Now we know that Doug doesn't like to sit behind. We know Doug likes to lead the charge. He likes to lead the pace of the race. He likes to be in front, but right now, Hair is proving to be a formidable opponent. We got Ibra just in P3 here, just behind, and these are all Pro Division drivers. So currently our top 3 in Pro Division are Hair Razor in first, Doug in second, and Ibra in third place. And we can see Ibra actually on a purple sector there currently right now. He has fastest lap on track currently as well. We got Mike here, another pro driver, sitting in fourth, and then Tron Colby sitting in fifth place here. It's going to be the first of our amateur drivers. So Tron Colby's actually leading the charge here for the amateurs right now, sitting P1 and fifth overall in the race. Tap is another pro driver, so that puts 750 in P2 for our amateur division as well here. So currently sitting in a podium position is 750 in that Twitch car here today. Supra is a pro driver, so he's got a little bit of work to do. But again, he's coming off a qualifying ban for this race, so he had to start at the back of the pack. We got Big Stick here, who looks like he is our third place driver for our amateur division here. So there we go. So we've got Tron Colby in P1, we've got 750 in P2, and we've got Big Stick in P3 for our amateur side of things here. So we have 2 different divisions running here on the track at the same time together, and that's what makes this really exciting. So we have pro and amateur drivers all thrown in the mix together here, racing for their own points in their own divisions, but having an overall race at the same time. So a lot of fun what these guys are doing here. Now we got Ibra up into P1. I have no idea what happened there as we're going through the field, but big change there. Probably slipstream up the straightaway, but Hair Razor's taking the jaw. He's taking that back. He's like, buddy, not so quick. And Doug now going inside there. Ooh, Ibra will get a little bit wide there. Almost got into the grass. That was a good job by Ibra to keep the car on the track there. That could have been bad news for Ibra, as Mike has now got right up onto the bumper of Ibra here, coming through this middle sector of Deep Forest. And twisty, turny, but very high speed sectors here. So we can see Tron just behind these guys in P5. And that's, again, our first amateur driver here at the front of the pack and sitting P5 currently, so he's having a fantastic race here. Tap trying to chase him down here in P6, starting to get a little bit clear of these drivers that are chasing him down behind here now in 750 and Supra. Looking like good exit there by 750 and Supra as well, using up all that curb there. Big Stick here in P9. He's got a little bit of a gap. He's got about 2.5 seconds to bar 27 and Type R. Now bar 27 currently sitting in P10. And Type R looking to get a move on him here, so we got a couple AM drivers here. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. An amateur driver was actually sitting on pole for this race as well. So there you go, a little bit of something for you. So bar 27 is working here. He's got some work to do, but Type R is challenging. He's not wanting to give this position back to bar 27 here. So Type R now up into P10. And he's got the position coming into corner 1 here as we're coming up the straightaway here. So if Bar can't clear Type R is going to have the inside line coming into corner 1. And that is definitely going to be the case. But Bar goes in quite a bit later on the brakes than Type R did there. So Bar actually getting back ahead in the P10 there. But Type R with a good exit, putting the pressure back on bar 27. And we can see Antle starting to creep up in the distance here now as well. This might very quickly become a three-way battle here. Bar 27 purple. So he did gain a little bit of time on the other drivers there. So let's get back up to the front and see what's going down up front of our race here. As this has been quite some intense action. So now we've got Doug in the lead of the race. We've got Ibra in second. We've got Hair Razor in third. We've got Mike in fourth and Tron in fifth. And I mean, they're almost all nose to tail at this point again. Ooh, Doug cutting a lot of that inside curb there. Could pick up a track limit there. Looks like he got fortunate. The stewards didn't hit him with a penalty there, but hitting those sausage curves is bad news. And you can see that car take a good jump there, which unsettled the car. It lost a lot of speed coming out of exit. And now he's got Hair Razor and Ibra all up in his business here. So Ibra literally giving him a push down the straightaway here at this point. And Doug's going to defend this corner. Hairraiser's not really sure where he wanted to go there. He was gonna look through there and try and get through Ibra, and Ibra's seen it and cut that attempted move out there. So good defense by Ibra. Hairraiser had to back out. We see Tron Kobe's gotten into P4 here as well. So not sure what happened. Mike might be the driver in the pits. Yes, we see Mike in the pits. So we see our first driver making a pit stop here. Not sure why he was pitting there. A little bit of a different strategy. Obviously, he's gotten his mind compared to the rest of the field here. So we'll have to keep our eye on Mike. But here we go. Our first, second, and third place drivers all just in a little slipstream line here. And these are all Pro Division drivers, so this is the way our Pro Division is currently sitting right now. And Tron Colby actually sitting in P4 behind is our first amateur driver. So P1 for Am is sitting P4 overall here currently on the racetrack. And showing some pace today is Tron Colby. Alright, let's go check out the rest of our field here, as we've got a nice little group right here with 750 Tap and Supra. 5th, 6th, and 7th place. So 750 is going to be our second place amateur driver, and Supra is going to be pro driver with Tap. So these guys are trying to chase those pro drivers up front right now. 750 is making it very, very difficult for these guys right now. Fantastic to see the amateur drivers really giving these pro drivers a good run here early on in the race today. 750 is going to defend corner 1 here. Tap looking for the cutback. Is he going to get it? No, he just tucks in behind 750 there. He didn't quite get the run he was hoping for there, but he definitely closed the gap up. So, Super going to take a look inside of Tap. No, he backs out, decides, you know what, not the best place to try and make that move. And 750 on a purple lap here. So, you can see the drivers clearly have been practicing and working hard all week long getting these cars dialed in for this race. We got Bar 27, who started our race in first place, now back up into P8 after an incident of some sort, falling all the way back to P12. Big Stick here in P9, chasing Bar 27, who I guess currently is our third place overall amateur driver now at this point. Type R chasing with Anto right there behind as well. And then Mike, again, we've seen him pit, so I think he's opted maybe that he just wanted to get into some clean air. Maybe that's why he decided to pit there. Save the tires from all that battling that's going on up front. I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but if he finishes on the podium, we'll definitely have to talk to him about it and see what his thought process was there. But Ibra is now currently leading the race here in P1, and he's got a pretty good gap, 1.1 seconds from our second, third, and fourth place drivers here. So, not sure what happened there, but Ibra looks like to be the winner out of that battle, coming out of wherever it was that they were battling, and trying to run away now. You can see, though, it's really hard to maintain that gap. Again, the slipstream strength behind these MX5 touring cars is quite strong. So when these cars do get behind each other, they do suck each other right back into each other quite quickly. And Ibra is just doing everything he can to just not let that happen. You can see Doug and Hairraiser and Crone are just bleeding the time off him, and bam. And here we go. Hairraiser's just right back on him now. So that 1.1 second gap is very quickly evaporated into a four-way battle for first place here again as we're coming through the mid-sector of Deep Forest. So great racing happening here today by these guys. This is fantastic stuff. We're going to get rid of this for now, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to let you guys enjoy all the race. So we're coming out of the tunnel here. This is the longest straight here on Deep Forest here in the game. And this is where we're going to see probably a lot of moves happen. Coming into this braking zone especially, you can see Doug's going to be looking for a cutback, I think, here. Trone looking for the cutback. And Doug looked like he was setting that corner up for a cutback, but just taking a line through the corner. We'll see, Dennis. It's Thanksgiving here, so we've got company coming over, I believe, so I'm not 100% sure, my man. Not 100% sure yet. So Trone's starting to put a little pressure here on Doug in P3. Now that's not going to change those drivers' particular overall finishing positions in their divisions, but it definitely changes the overall schematic of the race here. So we've got our top 3 drivers are our pro division drivers, and then our 4th place driver in Trone is an amateur driver here. So he will be our 1st place driver in the amateur side, and then we've got Tap, who is starting to make some. He is starting to make up some time. Tap is making some moves. He's a pro driver. He's currently sitting 4th in the pro division, with 750 just in behind there, as you can see. And 750 is our 2nd place amateur driver currently here in the race. And then you've got Super just behind, who had to start in the back of the pack due to a qualifying ban, in P7. So 5th place overall for the pro division. Bar 27 is our 3rd place overall driver for our amateur side of things. He was our pole sitter for today's race as well. So he's definitely trying to make up some ground here. You can see those group cars up ahead of him here, so let's see what he can do with that. Big Stick here, 9th place, 4th overall in the amateur side of things here today, having a good race himself as well. We got Type R here in the AMS as well, as 6th place driver for the AMS. In 10th place, we've got Mike, who is a pro driver. He's our 6th place pro driver, sitting in P11. Now, we did see him make a pit stop. I believe that was strategy. I believe he wanted clean air. We got Anto here in 12th. He is our 7th place overall amateur driver here in the field today. And we had Bo, who disconnected early on in the race, who I believe was an amateur driver as well here in the field today. So, really, really good field of drivers here today. We love to see it. But Hair Raiser now ahead of Ibra. So, we're going to see this pretty much all race long, I think, guys and gals. I think we're just going to see P1, P2, P3, P4, just constantly swapping positions every other lap, every lap. It's just the way these Miata racing turns out, it's always close racing. It's very rare you see the leader of the race in the Miatas just run away with it. It very, very, very rarely is that the case. The cars are all built the exact same. They have the same engines, they have the same suspension equipment, they have the same roll bar styles. Really the only difference between these cars is that basically the way each individual team sets their car up, and of course the driver driving the car behind the wheel. But good battle here between 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. So Harris is still in the lead. Ibra sitting in 2nd place. That's overall and their division. We got Doug in 3rd place, also overall and his division. And Doug's coming in for a pit stop. So we're going to see Doug now making a stop here as well. That's going to give Trone 3rd place overall. No, maybe Trone has also pit here as well. So maybe we're seeing a little band here. Oh, Trone has opted to stay out. Okay, so Trone is leading our race here. So now we've got an AM driver leading our race here again. I'm just not sure what the plan is yet, Dennis. For sure, if I'm around, it's probably what I'll be doing. I'll probably be jumping in the lobbies, getting that track time in. So Tap currently leading. Am I correct on that? Oh, and Trone making a mistake coming into the corner there and getting into the wall, so dropping all the way down into P4. That's really unfortunate there for Trone. So let's go see where we're at here with our race. We got 750 who's now leading the race here. 750 is also leading the amateur division currently with that accident from Trone Kobe there. Supra is leading for the pro drivers currently here as we've seen some drivers start to make their pit stops. Tap will be our 2nd place pro division driver, currently sitting 3rd overall as well. Trone Kobe is now 4th overall, our 2nd place amateur driver, and again we just seen him with the incident there before coming out of the first sector of the track there, so really unfortunate. Probably just got the car unstable and probably just spun around on him there. Big Stick chasing, 3rd place overall in the amateur side right now currently. Type R in 6th place overall, 4th place in the amateur division. So there's Hair Raiser after making his pit stop. Currently back out overall 7th, with Mike just behind now in 8th. So we see Mike make an earlier stop, and that put him right in back behind Hair Raiser, and Ibra chasing him. with Doug right behind Ibra there. So our top 4 drivers did make that pit stop there. That now settles them into the mid pack. We got Barr in P11 here. And has potentially made a stop as well. We have Anto here in P12. Oh, did we lose Pappy? We may have lost Pappy. We have lost Happy Pappy. So really unfortunate for Pappy, as again he had a second place finish in his division 2 weeks ago over in Barcelona. So really wanted to come back with another strong run here today, but unfortunately disconnecting. So I mean, really in the sim racing world, a disconnection is essentially the same as an engine failure in real life racing. That's about how it feels to the race car drivers. And so yeah, that's, you know, when you categorize a disconnect, you categorize it as basically a massive engine failure for the car, and race done. So it'll be 13th overall points for Pappy, and I believe that'll be 7th or 6th for the amateur division for points. So I mean, it's not all for nothing. These guys do still gain points for disconnect in the race. It's just they sit in that very last position, depending on how, of course, the race situation goes from week to week. So let's get back to the front of our pack here. We have Type R, who is still out. He hasn't made that pitch yet, so he's still leading this race. We got Hair Razor sitting just behind. Type R is an AM driver here as well. So Type R currently sitting first for his division and overall in the race. Hair Razor first for the pro drivers, second overall, with Mike now in P2 for the pro guys, and third overall. Ibra chasing in P3 for pro, and fourth overall. Doug chasing right now in P5. 750 is second for our amateur guys after his pit stop, so he is sitting in a very good position here today. And Supra sitting in P7. Trone is chasing in P10 there. We got Barr, who's currently our third place overall driver for amateur, sitting in P8. We have Big Stick in P9 with Trone Colby just behind in 10th, and Tap just behind these guys in 11th. So the round of pit stops has tightened up a bunch of these guys here again, which is fantastic. That means we're going to see some pretty good racing out of that group here relatively shortly, if I had to guess. Back to the front of our pack, though, here with Hair Razor in the lead. So he's gotten around Type R. Type R hasn't pit. He's just gotten around Type R. But I would imagine we're going to be seeing Type R make that pit stop here relatively soon. And he is going to stay in pit lane this time. So Type R is going to make his stop here. Now, as I suspected he probably would. So Mike now moving up into second overall. Ibra moving up into P3. That'll give Doug P4. Type R coming into pit lane here now, P5. Supra's going to come around here, grab that position from him as well. And R27 is on an absolute mission currently here in the middle part of this race. As, like I said, he was our pole sitter for this race. He started in the first place position, was having a really good race, having a good battle up front, and then something happened. He made a mistake. There was an incident. He spun, fell all the way back to P12. Now currently sitting back up into P7. So having a good recovery here so far, but not probably what he wanted ideally. Good luck, beepers. Hey, what's up, Jakey? Timmy. Big Stick here in P9 as well. So, good racing happening here. Tap chasing. Now, Tap's got a little bit of lag with him, which is probably making things a little bit difficult. Ooh, and Big Stick getting really wide there. I don't know if there was contact between him and Tap due to lag, or if Big Stick just went really wide there. But Tap getting a position on Big Stick there, moving up into P9. So, P11 here we got Type R as well. Again, we just seen Type R make the pit stop, so Anto in P12 here. He's been there pretty much the whole race. He's just been chilling, doing his thing there. Maybe playing some strategy. I'm not sure yet. But Hair Raiser in P1, also first for the Pro Division. We got Eduardo coming in with the thumbs up. How you doing, Eduardo? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Catch you in a few hours. Yeah, good luck today, my guy. Go get him. We got Mike here sitting second overall and also second in the Pro Division here today. With just behind there, chasing in P3 overall is Ibra, and he is our third place Pro driver as well. Doug Burrow chasing here in fourth place overall, another Pro Division driver. 750 in fifth overall. He is a first place amateur driver. So currently sitting in P1 for the amateur division here. Super chasing. Super's a pro driver as well. So Bar 27 being the next AM driver, sitting in P2, trying to get back up into a P1 position here. We got Tron Kobe now settled back into P3, so back into the podium positions here for the amateur side of things as well. Tap is a pro driver in P9 here. We have Big Stick, an amateur driver in P10, fourth overall for the amateur side. Type R in fifth overall for the AMs. And Anto sitting sixth overall for the AMs. So back to our race leader. Let's do a onboard here with Hair Raiser, and I'll just let you guys enjoy the sights and sounds at the Mazda Miata around Deep Forest Raceway here. Alright, so beautiful on board with our leader Hair Raiser here. And let's go check out, see what's happening here. We still got Mike in second place. We've got Ibra still sitting in third. We've got Doug still sitting in fourth place. Starting to close that gap up a little bit on Ibra here. 750 in fifth place, having a fantastic race here today. Supra in sixth. And now Supra had a qualifying ban due to a racing incident in a previous race. So he was actually not allowed to qualify for the race today. He had to start from the back of the pack and sit in pretty good position here in sixth place. With Bar 27 still chasing in P7 here. Tron Kobe, our third overall amateur driver currently on the racetrack, is sitting P8 overall. Tap is sitting in 9th place. Big Stick here is still in 10th place. You can just see Tap off in the distance there. We have Type R in 11th. We've got Anto in 12th. And we've lost two drivers in the race due to having to retire the cars behind the walls due to whatever failures it is that they've suffered. And yeah, down to 12 cars here today. And we're starting to see a little bit of separation on on, everybody here. So we're at the midway point of the race. Obviously, we're 33 minutes in. This is always the point of the race when it just kind of seems to settle down. Everybody just falls into their rhythms, start to think about their next pit stop, their next 10-15 minutes, and just try to set yourself up for the win or the best possible finish that you can get at the end of the race. Hairraiser is also currently holding fastest lap on the racetrack with a 136.3, and we just seen he was purple there as well when he went across that live timing sector. So Ibra in P3 here, Doug with a half-second penalty behind, about 1.4 seconds. So Ibra can really use this to his advantage here to get a little more gap on that fourth-place driver. 750 in fifth here, and just off in the distance is Supra, and bar 27 in tow. And Tyrone Colby starting to close that time up a little bit here as well, it seems, as he's just behind bar 27 here in 8th place. So, Deep Forest Raceway, ladies and gentlemen. Not the same as we remember it back in the PA Gran Turismo 5 for 6 days. They've remodeled the racetrack a little bit for the release here in GT7. They've extended both the straightaways quite significantly, probably easily by a mile each straightaway, which has really lengthened out the racetrack. And they've middle sector's really pretty much the same still, widened out a little bit, made it for better racing, but you know, a classic Gran Turismo racetrack here we see the drivers on today. It's fun. It makes for great racing actually, this racetrack. It's a little bit of high speed mixed in with a little bit of technical, mixed in with a little bit of mid-speed technical, so it does provide really great racing when you got the cars really close to each other. So something has happened to 750 here, as we see Supra's now moved up into P5. Bar 27 now moving up into P6, which puts him first overall in the amateur side, which puts Tyrone Colby into P2 on the AMs. So not sure what happened to 750 there. He must have made a mistake. As you can see, he's just in behind Tyrone there now, sitting third overall for the amateur side. Currently here in the race, 8th overall. So not sure what happened to him, as we just missed that there. But again, probably just made a mistake and got that car spun around. So we got Mike making a pit stop here again. Now we've seen Mike pit quite early in the race, so just clearly a strategy he's playing here, and we'll have to see how that works out for him moving towards the end of the race here. We should actually do this. All right. Well, the guys are running their laps around the track here in the mid part of our race here. Let's go through our standings for the MX5 series here. So, as you can see, we have two divisions here. We have a pro division and we have an amateur division here. So let's go to the pro side first, with Doug leading with 41 overall points. Hairraiser sitting in second place with 33. Mike with 28 points. And then we've got Monkey Mafia with 20. Ibra with 17. Bo with 13. Super with 11. Tap with 10. And the rest of the drivers have not made the race yet, so all sitting with 0 points. Moving over to our amateur side of things, we have Troll and Colby leading the way there with 37 points, pardon me. Type R in second with 33. Pappy in third overall with 30 after a great race last week. Unseen in fourth place with 15 points. Anto in fifth place with 15 points. And you can see the rest of the drivers haven't scored points yet. So 750 will be scoring some points here in this race. Obviously bar 27 as well. And the rest of the drivers are not here today. So that's where we're sitting as far as our overall standings goes between the pro divisions and our amateur division drivers so far in the season. Alright, let's go see if we can find a battle here, guys and gals. I mean, really the closest battle here, and has been pretty much for the last 10 minutes, is between these drivers from 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, but it's not really much of a battle. They're just kind of chilling, racing behind each other, using each other to try and gain time on the guys up in front more than anything else at this point. So that doesn't change the fact that that's racing. That's smart racing. That's using your head. But now we're going to see a move from Bar here on Supra. Just as I say that, Bar's like, oh yeah? Watch this. So getting the job done, he now moves up into P4. You can see Super getting right back into that slipstream, and he's going to pull right back out and look for the inside line here. And job done by Supra. So great response by Supra there. And Bar is going to pull right back out and try to drag race it down coming into the start-finish line here. But Supra, nope, Bar's going to pit. Bar's decided, you know what? Let's not do this. Let's not wear the car out. Let's pull it in. Let's get out of some fresh rubber. And let's see what we can do. So Ibra and Bar 27 currently in pit lane here. Mike we seen make a stop about 2 laps ago as well, so he should be good for the rest of the race here. We have Big Stick here in 8th place now. Ibra's going to come out in... looks to be 7th. Alright, so Ibra comes out in 7th place, just ahead of Mike. Now that's funny because Mike was just behind Ibra when he made his pit stop, so he's lost no time at all. Big Stick here in P9. We got Bar 27 just coming out of pit lane. He's going to come out in P10. We got Type R coming out just behind him. Anto in P12. Getting that blue flag waved at him here. We haven't actually seen Anto make a stop yet. I haven't really noticed if he has or not, but we haven't seen him make a stop yet either. He might be maybe no stopping this race. And he is not making life easy for Doug at all either. He held his line, and Doug went outside of him there, and Doug had to battle it. And then Doug just pulls into the pits. So there you go. Every second counts to these drivers, you can see. So Anto getting that lap right back from Doug there anyway. So still on the lead lap is Anto. Hairraiser has also come into pit. So to jump on board here with our new race leader, Supra. 750 in tow. So let's stick with 750 here for a minute. Let's see if 750 opts to make a move here. Whoa, I think he backed out of that. I think he thought about taking that move there, but I think he backed out right at the last second there. Let's get a look at this car while it's running up the straightaway here. Great run coming out of that corner there as well. He's really looking like he got a great run on Supra there, coming out of that hard hairpin too, coming up to the start-finish line straight here. So, and we're going to see Supra now come into pit lane. So 750 again, taking the lead of the race. Hairraiser sitting second. We've got Troll and Colby sitting in third. We've got Doug sitting in fourth. We've got Ibra in fifth with Mike just behind in sixth here. We've got Big Stick in seventh. We've got Super coming into pit lane in eighth place. Bar 27 in ninth. Type R in 10th with Tap in 11th. And Anto rounding out our field here in 12th place. And 2 cars retired from the race here. So 750's our current race leader here with 16 minutes remaining. We got 16 minutes remaining. So let's see what he can do. Is he going to pit? Is he going to try and run on the rest of the race out? Does he have the fuel? Does he have the tire? We don't know. We'll turn that information on for you guys in a little bit here. A few more minutes. A few more minutes. So 750 is leading the race overall, also first overall for amateur division. Hairraiser second overall, first overall for the pro drivers. Troll and Colby in third overall is second overall for the amateur division. We've got Doug sitting in fourth, but second overall for the pro division. And Ibra just behind with Mike now trying to make a move here, battling for third overall for the pro side of things here. So battle for P3 in the pro division here between Mike and Ibra. And Mike's going to get the job done. So P3 position move there for Mike. Ibra close behind in P6 overall here. Big Stick in 7th. And Trone coming into pit lane here now. So what's Big going to do? He's going to stay out, I think. So he's going to take that position from Trone, which I believe is third overall for the AMs. You can see the boys are just filling up that car of Troll and Colby's there. So let's get back to our race leader here. Can he make the rest of the race is the big question. I mean, he's still got 14 minutes to go here. And a sizable lead. 8-second gap on the second place drivers. So, ooh, and he's purple. We're going to stick with him here, see if he's going to yank some fastest lap from Doug here. So Doug taking fastest lap from Hairraiser now by a tenth of a second. 136.1. Not sure when that happened, but oh, he was purple. He's going to come into pit lane here. So there is 750 stop. So Hairraiser should assume the race lead here. He does. So Hairraiser now in the lead of the race. Doug in second, Ibra in third, and look at this battle we got going on here between these three drivers. So it's Doug defending Ibra on the outside, Mike in behind Ibra. What's going to happen here? Ooh, this really grouped up quick. So let's watch this battle here as we got a nice little good battle brewing here. So Ibra's managed to get third place back from Mike. Nobody's really trying to make the big move yet. I mean, there's still a lot of racing left here yet too, folks. So we're at like 12 and a half minutes remaining in this race still. And these guys don't want to burn their tires out too early in this race, battling for these positions either. So you can just see they're kind of settling in. If one gets a really good run on one, well, obviously you'll see them probably pull out and make that move. But right now it seems like they're pretty content in just playing nice here. So, Big Stick in P5. He is the first of our amateur drivers. So now currently holding the lead for the AM side with 750 just behind in second place for the amateur drivers. We have Bar 27 rounding out the podium for the amateur guys in 7th. Then we've got Super Chasing in 8th, Tap in 9th, Type R in 10th, Tron Kobe in 11th, Anto in 13th. So Airrazor's he's got a lead. He's got 9 seconds here. He just made his pit stop. He's going to be good on fuel. He's probably good on tire. He's just got to bring this thing home at this point. 9-second gap in Miata racing is impressive. So he's just got to bring it home. The battle's going to be here for these positions, it looks like, as this race continues, unless Airrazor makes a mistake at this point. The battle's going to be for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place here between these 3 drivers currently. And it's been a great battle all race long between really the whole field. We had a little bit of a dull moment there for about 10 minutes where everybody was just kind of paced out and spaced out, and then they all made their pit stops, and here we go, back to racing again. So again, neither one of these drivers really seem too anxious to make a forceful move right at this point. I think with about 5 minutes left is when we're going to start seeing the pressure. So going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Big Stick coming into pit lane for a late race pit stop here. That's going to give Bar at 27 the lead for the amateur guys. And 750 really close behind, though, in second place for the amateur drivers. And then we got a couple pro drivers chasing them down in behind with Super and Tap. So got Tron in 9th place. That's going to make him 3rd overall for our AMs. Type R Chasing. Big Stick just coming out of pit lane now. Anto is getting away with that blue flag here. So Airrazor has caught Anto up here. And I don't actually remember ever seeing Anto take a pit stop so far in this race. So we're just sticking with this here as Airrazor's just starting to catch up. You can see him flashing the lights now. So Anto is on the lead lap here, and he's opting to make Airrazor pass him. He's not just going to slow down and pull over because Airrazor's slowly catching up to him. He's going to make Airrazor put him a lap down here. So, and as lap traffic, as the first driver going down a lap, I mean, that is kind of your right. But at the same time, you also want to use a little bit of road sense and just allow him to get by once he does catch up. But I mean, he's going to be serving a penalty here, so it's going to be easy for Airrazor to get around. But Anto's definitely not making it easy for him here. Anto's making him work for that pass, and Airrazor's going to get it done right there. So first driver a lap down here today is Anto, but not without a fight, that is for sure. If it wasn't for that penalty, Airrazor still may be behind him now. So Mike has passed Ibra for third place here. So Mike now into P3, chasing Doug, and Ibra in behind Mike at the back of the train. And it's been a great battle here, all final stint between these three drivers, Doug, Mike, and Ibra as well. So it'd be interesting to see the battle that's going to ensue at the end of the race here, because you know there's one coming. We can all feel it. The intensity's in the air, folks. These drivers aren't letting each other get away at all. And it's going to be battle on. And I wouldn't even say that really any one of these drivers has an advantage when it comes to tire or fuel. So the bar 27 with a half-second penalty here and 750 right in tow. So that's actually bad news for bar 27 here, as that penalty is going to force up that position to 750. And that is most certainly for first place overall in the amateur division here right now in this battle. So 750 knows that all he needs to do is just stay close to bar here, getting into the tunnel, and it's going to be a free move, and it's exactly what's going to happen here. Bar's not going to be able to shake him here. 750 is just going to pull out and might even get the job done before the penalty zone here. And there we go. So 750 now in the lead for the amateur division. Bar 27 sitting in second for the AMs. Tap and Super still close behind those two guys, just chilling behind each other here. Tyrone Kobe sitting third overall in the amateurs here to round out that amateur field. And he's got 10 seconds on Big Stick. Alright, so back to the front with Hair Razor. Again, losing a little bit of time to that group behind him. It was 9 seconds, now it's 8. But, I mean, we're 4.5 minutes left of this race. These guys got just a couple laps left here. Next time around will be white flag for Hair Razor. So, we're nearing the end of this race. This battle right here is going to start to heat up here. And these guys are now starting to run into Anto here as well. So just a little bit more intrigue to spice up this three-way battle for second, third, and fourth place here. This is going to be interesting to see how these guys navigate this and still keep each other within striking distance as well. Ibra's running a Kodak livery today. I just noticed that. It's pretty old school right there, actually. So Barr is starting to put the pressure back onto 750 here for that race lead after having to serve that penalty and losing that position to 750 because of the penalty. So, love to see if Barr can get that from him. Tap has seen... Ooh, a little bit of lag there. I was just going to say, it looked like he has kind of seemed to have lost Super a little bit there. And Tron is actually gaining time on Big Stick up ahead, so... Let's get to this P2 battle here as Hair Razor's going around. I mean, obviously we're keeping our eye on Hair Razor, but... Oh, and Ibra taking advantage of Anto defending that corner there, getting the job done on Mike, but can he hold it as Mike is drag racing him side by side back down the hill here. Ooh, there we go. We got a battle for third and fourth, sorry. Ibra's gonna hold it up coming inside the hill here. Okay, it's game on now, folks. The back marker is out of the question. It is race on. Doug got a little bit of a gap there, making an aggressive move to get around Anto there to gain a little bit of gap between him and those other two drivers. So, good thought process there by Doug Barrow. But, I mean, Hair Razor's the man of the hour right now. He's the guy these guys are chasing, but battling on. So, I guess it comes down to how badly do these guys want third and fourth, or do they want second? Do they want to work together, catch Doug this lap, and make this a three-way battle for second, third, and fourth place to come in the final lap? Or are they just going to battle for third place amongst themselves the rest of the way around this racetrack? I mean, 1 second, we've seen how quickly 1 second disappears in these Miatas already on this racetrack today. So, Doug is not in a comfortable position by any stretch of the imagination here. Oh, and Ibra's going to pick up a track limit penalty. That is going to be devastating for his race here today. He will serve that next time around. And, oh boy, that is going to add a little bit of complication for Ibra here as he moves forward. And this will be the final lap of the race right here, folks. So, Hair Racer coming around. He is on his final lap here. And our second, third, and fourth place drivers all on their final laps here as well. We got bar 27 coming around. Is he going to get across that line in time? It is going to be close. And fifth place finish for bar 27. First for his division here today. Congratulations to bar 27. Tap's going to come around in 6th. Anto's going to come around in 12th. Super's going to come around in 7th place. 750 is going to be second, with Troll and Kobe just behind. Third overall for our amateur guys. So there is our amateur podium. Bar 27, 750, and Troll and Kobe. Big Stick coming around here. He's going to cross that finish line in P10 with a 4th place finish overall for the amateur side. Type R is going to come across here as well in P5 overall for the amateur guys here today. Great job by these amateur drivers here on track today. Perez is just behind, actually, so this will be a fairly simple transition here. As you can see, Type R just coming around that start-finish line. Congratulations to Type R. But the winner, overall winner of our race here today is Hair Razor, and first for our pro division. Congratulations, Hair Razor, on a very well-ran race. Doug is going to take second in the pro class here today. Oh, and Ibra, what is going on? I think Mike ran out of gas. Ibra is going to get third place overall here. Yes, Mike ran out of gas right at the end, losing third place meters from the start-finish line. Oh, tough break for Mike, but still great race by Mike at the same time. Oh, heartbreaker for the man there. I feel for him. But Ibra is just going to get that third place position. Just a little more fuel in that car for Ibra than Mike had, and it was enough to squeak him into that podium position. So, never a dull moment. Never a dull moment at the GTRC when we're racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Never a dull moment. Absolutely great stuff by all the drivers here. Fantastic. But our overall race winner today, ladies and gentlemen, is Hair Razor. And very strong finish, 7 seconds ahead of the field. First in Pro Division, first overall in the race. Just a really good race there by Hair Racer. We're just waiting for it to kick so we can get that result screen here. So there we have it, folks. We're at 1 hour endurance at Deep Forest Raceway with the Mazda MX5 Miata touring cars. Always fun, these cars to race around the racetrack. And this group of drivers, as always, doing a fantastic job. So we're just going to flip you into the Be Right Back screen for just a moment. We're going to go jump into the chat with our drivers, and we're going to do some interviews right after I get in there. So just hang tight. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic race today. The amateur drivers, again, much like at Barcelona, really putting themselves in amongst all the pro drivers on the overall positioning on the racetrack here today, and it provided for some really fantastic racing here at Deep Forest. So, congratulations to all the drivers on track, both divisions. Absolutely fantastic race. Tough luck to Bo and Pappy with the disconnection or the mechanical issues in the car, having to retire early from the race, but didn't change the fact that we still had a really great race here on track today in Switzerland. So we're going to start with our amateur division podium, guys. And these guys really put on a show here today. And we're going to go start with our third place finisher, Trone. So great race today, Trone. And there was a moment there where you were leading for the amateur guys and you made a mistake. We didn't quite catch what happened there, but you had spun the car, made a little bit of contact with the wall in that first sector going into the tunnel there. What were your thoughts at that point in the race when that happened? And of course, approaching near the end of the race, how were you feeling as you were chasing the pack down?
My thought was like, wow, I can't believe I did that. I was hanging, with the pros, and I was like, maybe I could hang with them. I could have this race locked in. But when that incident happened, I was like, man, so I went in the pit, and later on in the race, I was racing with 750. Somehow, through that chicane on the bridge, I hit the bridge and spun it, and I just lost all sense of the race. But I managed to hang in there.
And yeah, you're not wrong. You had fantastic pace today. You qualified in the top half of the field here to start the race, and you were just a second behind that top four group there as the race was early on in the stages today. So you were definitely showing some incredible pace. You're feeling quite comfortable in these MX5s.
I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Although sometimes you feel like you want to slip from under me, but I'm getting a good hang of it.
Awesome. Well, you had a great race today and great battling all race long. And even though we make mistakes as racers, you had a good recovery and finding yourself third place overall for your division today. So great drive by yourself today. And any shoutouts you want to send out there?
Shout out to everybody in the race today. Especially to 750. Yeah, I almost caught up to you, but that incident. But pretty good race by everybody today. And shout out to you too.
Hey, absolutely appreciate you, and congratulations! Another podium finish. So two MX5 races in a row. You found yourself on the podium for the amateur side of the division here this season. So looking good in the standings. And how you feeling about what is it, Red Bull Ring? I think the next one.
Yeah, Red Bull Ring. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I had a little bit of practice, but I had to get a couple of seconds faster.
Well, you've got lots of time. You've got 14 days to get that car locked in and tuned and tested and ready to go for that race. So, just again, great drive by you today, and look forward to seeing you next week in GT3s.
All right, thank you.
All right. Second place driver, 750. 750 at some points in the race here today was leading the overall lead of the race as well. So 750 had a really good race. He was just kind of quiet and to himself really all race long. He kind of kept that car out of trouble for the most part and didn't have to battle quite as hard as some of the other drivers jockeying for position and coming out with a fantastic P2 overall finish for the division and just losing out to bar 27 near the end of that race there for first overall. But nonetheless, man, great drive today. Car looked amazing. And how you feeling? Talk us through your race.
Um, I would say pretty annoyed. What was it, about 3 minutes, 4 minutes to go? The tail goes out, hit the wall, engine damage. So I definitely thought whenever Barr had picked up the penalty, the half a second penalty, I just decided I'm staying behind him, fuel save a wee bit, and then I'll gun it so I can put at least a bit of a second between us. And then that happened. So pretty gutted, to be honest, because I thought that I definitely could have had fifth overall in the just in the whole thing. But you win some, you lose some, and today just wasn't meant to be my lucky day.
And you're not wrong. I mean, that's racing, right? Sometimes just the smallest little misjudgment or miscue in a corner running or braking, the car reacts just a little bit wonkier than we expect it to, and sometimes stuff like that happens. But nonetheless, still coming back in with a P2 finish. You didn't finish that far behind bar 27 either. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's all right to be upset when things don't go your way or you feel like you maybe had that win in the bag. But I'm sure when we go to talk to our amateur winner here today, he's probably going to feel much of the same starting on pole position in this race. So, it happens, man. You just learn from it, and you got to come back in 2 weeks at Red Bull and show them how to win, right?
That'll be the big one because again, it's one of those things that I only really practiced tonight, and it was about 5 laps before the race. So if I can get a bit more practice in before the next race at Red Bull, I think I should be able to do a lot better, and maybe hopefully mix it with the big boys a wee bit more as well.
Well, and I don't think that you have too much to be upset about in that sense. I mean, you had Tap and Supra. Both of them guys were working together for quite a bit of the race, trying to chase you and bar 27 down, and you guys very easily kept ahead of them in the pace. So, I mean, it's not all for nothing. A sixth place overall finish in the race is still very good, and you amateur guys really did put the pressure on these pro drivers today. It was fun to watch. You should really be proud of yourselves.
Yeah, well, I did notice actually just toward, I think it was the last stint when Hairraiser and that had pitted, I was actually setting some of my fastest times on the worn tires and the light fuel to the point that I was pulling away a wee bit. I think Hairraiser was probably fuel saving or something, but just even saying that, it gives hope that maybe the next time can try and finish higher up, and even not just for myself but all of the amateur drivers, that we can just keep pushing up and keep the pressure on the pro drivers and make them feel like it's not going to be an easy task for them,
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's what this is all about. These multi-divisional races like this, the amateur drivers find pace. They learn to get faster just by chasing the pro drivers. And next thing you know, you've got a whole field of pro drivers at your disposal. Just because the amateur drivers have picked up on what the pro drivers are putting down, you're picking up those lines, or maybe a braking point or a turn in that you didn't quite do the same as that driver's doing. So you try that out, and it's like, oh hey. So having these mixed divisions racing with each other on track is a learning experience for everybody involved, and I think that it's great for improvement as far as a sim racer goes for every driver involved in these kind of multi-tier races like this as well. So and you amateur guys are sure proving that you guys are finding incredible amounts of pace and really making these pro drivers work. It's a lot of fun, it really is.
Definitely. Well, here's hoping it continues.
Well, Red Bull's a fun track. Everybody likes Red Bull Ring. I think it's going to be an absolutely action-packed 60 minutes for you guys in 2 weeks in Austria there. So I look forward to it. I think it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, it definitely will. I think a lot of the guys here are going to have a lot of practice on it, and we'll see it. We'll see a very tight race all the way through the pack.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. We like to see that confidence exuding from our amateur division here. They're almost to the point here where they're going to start calling these pro drivers out, I think, folks. This is going to get spicy near the end of the season. That is for sure. But congratulations, man. A really, really, really great drive by you today. You looked really good out there all race long, minus the one little minor incident there. But still, coming out in P2 overall is going to definitely boost you up in the standings for the amateur division. And shout-outs or any thank yous?
Just a shout out to the whole group and to yourself. Again, it's a brilliant event. A lot of people putting in a lot of effort, so thank you to the organisers. That without them putting in that effort, we wouldn't be here having this kind of competition. So thanks to everybody, and thanks to you for the great commentating.
Hey, appreciate it. Well, thank you guys for the great racing. Makes my job fun.
Excellent.
All right, so let's move up to bar 27. We got a few things to ask poor bar 27 here today. First of all, congratulations on the pole position to start with, man. Even knocking out all those pro drivers to start first overall in the race today. So I guess what was your thought process coming into the race when you were starting the race, knowing that you were sitting on pole position, and then after whatever caused the incident that sent you back into P12 there, how did that change your thought process moving forward for the rest of your race?
I was definitely not expecting first. I was leaning towards I was going to get like fifth or something, but I ended up in that first from Doug. But after that, I thought I could challenge them for the win, but like you said, I had an incident with one of the pro drivers that cost me to go in 12th, but after that, I just put my focus to just winning the division, and I did just that.
Yeah, I mean, 750 was an absolute formidable opponent today in the amateur division, not only for the amateur drivers, but also for a lot of the pro drivers. What was going through your mindset as you were trying to chase him down?
Honestly, I was just trying to focus on just staying clean. I had a pretty good battle with Supra when I was trying to chase 750, but I couldn't pass them, so I decided to pit and try to overtake them in the pits. But fast forward to right at that 3-4 minute mark where I had that penalty. We had a pretty good battle then, and an unfortunate crash out of 750 put me in first, and then I was a little relieved from that, but of course I would rather pass him for position battling him, but...
Appreciate you, Nick. Thanks for coming out with that like always well, bro. My apologies, chat. We had a little bit of a mic malfunction going on in the chat there. We just had to deal with that real quick, so we got that all sorted out. You still there, Bar?
Yep.
All right. Well, nonetheless, man, you had a good race. You came back to just get that P1 there in the latter few minutes of the race. So I know it's probably not exactly what you're looking for out of this race, starting on pole position, but you came back, you got onto that top spot, and that's going to give you some good points starting into the next race coming up in Red Bull. There's you don't have any points on the board yet there, I see. So
Yeah, this is my debut race, but I'm quite happy for the win. But I'm dreading one race, and that's the season finale. Everyone knows my tier quality didn't really go to plan with the Watkins Glen, which I crashed every single lap, but which placed me in the Pro-Am division. But
well, then I guess you're just going to have to master the Glen before the Glen comes up.
But I will say this is my very first race win in GTRC history.
Really? Wow. Well, congratulations on that, my friend, because you work awfully hard to get these events out with the staff that you have put together here at the GTRC, and it's nice to see you rewarded on the track. Congratulations. I did not know that.
Thank you.
But nonetheless, I mean, it was a good race by you. You had good pace. I mean, you clearly showed that you had good pace all race long as you were making moves all the way from the back of the pack. And like you said, even when you had to pit there just to get out of that battle with Supra to get into some clean air so you could try to make up that time that you needed, it all ended up working out for you, and you come out with a P1 finish on the day. So just massive congratulations. Good recovery drive by yourself. And I mean, what else can I say? But good job, man. Shout outs, thank yous.
Thank you for the admin staff for putting their time to set the races up. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to Mr. Ghost for commentating, and for all the viewers out there sharing, making the community bigger.
Absolutely.
And just shout out to everyone.
Absolutely. Now, most important shout out right there at the end to all of you guys, the viewers out there that help build these communities to keep these events going week in and week out. It's why we do it. It's why these guys work so hard to provide these great series and events, and it's why the racers work so hard every week to put the time in to make sure that they put on good racing for everybody out there as well. So huge shout out there by Bar27. Appreciate you. And look forward to seeing what you got next week at GT3.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Aye, we always look forward to that GT3 race. It's always a good one. So let's move over to our pro guys here as they've been sitting there nice and patiently waiting for their moment in the spotlight here. So we're going to move up to our pro division, and we had, what was it, we had six pro drivers on the track here today, and boy oh boy did these drivers ever battle it out all race long. Heartbreaker for Mike coming in fourth place there as he ran out of fuel just meters from the start finish line, allowing Ibra to just snag that position from him and grab that P3. So with that being said, we're going to move over to Ibra, who just managing to get that P3 position there right at the end of the race. What were your thoughts going into the last lap of the race, Ibra?
I certainly hoped for. I knew Mike was on a one-stop strategy, but I certainly hoped like he would run out of fuel. That was my saving. The only thing saving me. That was more. That's what I could have done. I mean, just the other guys messing up or one running out of fuel.
Well, and that's correct. I mean, you yourself were only on about 1% fuel when you came across that start-finish line, I believe it was as well. So you had a really great battles all race long, though. How intense was that, sitting in that 3, 4, 5 car slipstream pretty much all race long?
I mean, yeah, it was pretty intense from the beginning to the end. It was pretty like elbows out. How should I say? Each of us waiting for a moment to strike. I mean, in the slipstream, especially you couldn't shake the guys off. Like the slipstream is so powerful on this track, it's almost impossible unless you have like a 1 second space advantage. Yeah, you want to clear of the pack.
And I mean, we even seen there was an instance actually when you were leading the race by almost 1.4 seconds, and those three drivers behind you closed that gap up in just a matter of a couple of turns. And we actually seen that example happen a few times throughout the race, throughout different groups going around the racetrack as well. So you're not wrong. The slipstream in these Miatas is quite significant. It's actually quite strong for the Miatas, and obviously that's what provides such great racing with the Mazda Miatas, is the fact that it's very hard for one driver to really pull a big enough gap to get away from the pack. It did happen this week due to some pit strategy is what got Hair Razor a nice good advantage there. But even with that being said, you guys working together in that three-way slipstream were taking time off of that big advantage that Hair Razor had coming to the end of the race as well. So good call on the slipstream strength with these Mazdas, because you're 100% correct on that. It's like that much in real life as well. But it provides fantastic racing, and you pro drivers, those top four between you, Mike, and Doug, and Hair Razor, just absolutely put on a clinic today on slipstream driving and how to do it properly as well. I mean, you guys spent the majority of the race tucked in behind each other, nose to tail, and very little contact was ever actually made between the four of you drivers for the most part. So, congratulations on that. It's not easy to do. It requires a lot of focus and a lot of skill to be able to drive in that situation, and obviously all four of you guys have all those things and then some. How did you feel about the race today? Do you feel like you could have done a little bit better, or do you feel like it kind of ended like it probably should have?
Coming into the race, I didn't think I would finish in the top three, to be honest, because I didn't practice that much. But uh, like as you said, if you keep up in the slipstream, even Doug was faster just by a bit, like 3 times maybe on the general pace. But if you keep it tucked in the slipstream, and you may have a chance. And yeah, I was just like uh, coming to the end of the race. I was a bit disappointed because I was afraid that I was gonna lose the podium, even with that. I mean, with that, because of that penalty and that contact with the duck barrel. We had a bit of a contact coming to the twisty section, but not a big deal.
Well, nonetheless, I mean, yeah, week in and week out, you always show the viewers and your fellow competitors out there that you're calm, you're cool, you're collected, and you stayed calm. And again, it worked out for you today, coming across with a nice P3 finish. So congratulations on another great race for you. Shout outs and thank yous, my friend.
Shout out to, to Doug, Mike. Unfortunately for him, he did really well. I think the strategy was really good, and Razor for finishing first, and Bar because if Bar could have been a contender for the podium, but unfortunately he had an incident, and yeah, I'm sorry for Bar.
And it happens. I mean, that's racing. Contact gets made sometimes, and parts break on race cars. So that's why we continue having another race and another season for points, or another week for points. So next week GT3 for you as well. And how do you feel about Red Bull Ring for Miatas in 2 weeks?
Mm, yes, yeah, I mean pretty good. I'm all right there. I think I'm pretty confident on Red Bull Ring. So I think maybe another podium. Depends.
Yeah, and that's what we like to hear. We like to hear confidence coming from the drivers on track. That means you guys are enjoying yourselves out there, and that's the most important thing. So, congratulations on another podium finish. Going to be good for the points in the overall standings for you here today, and can't wait to see what you bring to us next week for the GT3s.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. All right, so Mr. Doug sitting in P2 today. That's a little bit of an unusual spot for you, if I have to say. But a really good race, lots of battling all race long there. Those amateur guys really were giving you guys a bit of a hard time. Even Anto on track there as well when you were going to put him a lap down really didn't make it easy for you. Made it so you had to make a tough outside pass there. So you were definitely one of those drivers out there today that was just constantly battling. So just talk to us about your race and kind of the moments as you were going through.
The race didn't go as planned. I didn't do my usual tactic of try to push away early. I tried to fuel save for a one-stopper. Didn't fuel save enough early. Got to about 20 minutes in and realised I didn't have enough fuel to do a one-stopper. So I knew I'd have more fuel than Razor and Ibra in front of me. So I just followed them in the pits. Came out with a full tank, just pushed, made a bit of ground back, but underfueled for the last sector, or thought I underfueled. My math went out the window completely. So I've got enough fuel, no I haven't, and then do a few laps fuel saving, and then figure it out that I do a couple of laps, and then like, no I don't, and so it just went completely wrong. So well done to Razor. I mean, I should have practiced at least half race distance at some point, but I didn't. I don't think I practiced more than doing a 5-lap race or 7 laps running around watching people and trying to help. So I can't be unhappy with my position, but it wasn't. If I'd have practiced more, or at least, like I say, practiced half race distance, I'd have known where I was at more. But you know, it was a good race. It was a good race. I had some great battles. I think that's the main thing. I had some really good battles.
Well, you definitely spent some time battling in the race. I mean, you know, the three of you drivers were pretty much nose to tail all race long, minus a little bit of a stint in the middle of the race where, you know, typically that's when the race settles down a little bit. You guys are just kind of focusing on your lines and getting the consistency and getting those quick laps in and thinking about your next pit stop potentially. So, but other than that, you were having fantastic battles, not only with your pro competitors, but also some of the amateur drivers were definitely making life difficult for you guys today out there. Let's talk about that. I mean, I know as the pro drivers, you guys like to see these amateur drivers picking up on that pace and battling hard. I mean, how do you think that went for them this week?
Oh no, yeah, they did fantastic. I mean, I was a bit disappointed for Bo glitching out right at the beginning of the race. He's done a lot of practice and he's not managed to get through, apart from last week's Group 3, he's not managed to get through a race without something going wrong, so I'm gutted for him. Anto, I heard you mention Anto. When I was coming up past him to lap him, I feel he did the right thing. I told him I was on his right. He stayed left. That's my normal line into that corner anyway. I just braked a tiny bit late, but he braked early to let me through. You know, I think he did the right thing.
No, absolutely.
That. You know, I was shocked to see Bar ahead of me on the quali laps. Very shocked, especially with how far ahead he was of me. But I got the fastest lap in the race, which was faster than the qualifying lap.
It was, yep.
You know, not my fastest lap round here, but still, it was good fun. And I just wish I'd got my my strategy right. But yeah, the AM boys, or Tier 2 boys, as I think we're going to start calling them, I'm not sure, did a fantastic job. You know. And Carl hasn't had much practice. Trone was having an amazing race near the beginning. He was right up behind us. I was like, when I was sitting in third, fuel saving, I'm like, oh God, Trone's catching me. I'm going to have to actually speed up a bit. You know, I was just trying to use the slipstream with the cars in front, not to lose too much ground where I'm slightly slower due to the left, right with the pad. You know, and just gain where I knew I could gain. But yeah, he got behind me. That shook me up a little bit. Seeing that white stripe behind me, I'm like, what's going on? So no, it was good. I actually looked at my lap pace when I saw that. So I was like, what my lap pace like? So yeah.
You know, the time that you guys take out of your days to help these drivers refine a corner or a braking point or a line, it also just reassures you guys that they're soaking in all that information you're giving them and putting it to practice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd love to be able to spend more time with them, but they can only get on when they can get on. I'm on most of the night, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if they see me on and they want some help, they just got to join the chat that I'm in, and we'll get on it. But it's just some people don't get as much opportunity to practice, so which is a shame. But yeah, I'm happy for the YAM or the Tier 2 guys, and yeah, hopefully I can get some work in with some of the boys at Red Bull, because I've got that one pretty much nailed in for my lines and things like that, and I do quite well in our fun sprint races. I think my tyres might be a bit more warm than everyone else because of the way I drive that track. But yeah, it's yeah, I'm looking forward to it all.
And I mean, I am too. Red Bull always provides great racing. They have a great racetrack over there in Austria, so I don't doubt for a second that you guys are going to make these Miatas just look absolutely fantastic around that track for 60 minutes. So definitely looking forward to that race myself as well. Anything else you want to add there, Doug?
Just thanks to all the guys. Congratulations to the podium guys. It was great work. Thank you to yourself. Thank you to the people watching. Without people watching, without the support of you lot, without our drivers, without the admin team, we wouldn't be here. This wouldn't be happening. So it's a good laugh. So thank you to everybody.
Hey, I appreciate
and especially well done to Razor. Especially well done to Razor for winning this race. He had a fantastic race, pretty much flawless.
It was.
From what I can tell.
Pretty close. It was pretty close to flawless from what I could tell too. But I mean, there was so much going on at the racetrack at any given time throughout the race. It was hard for me to keep up today. You guys did a really had a great race.
For most of it, I saw a little dot at the end, a little blue dot at the end of the road. You know, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations, P2. That should help bolster up that lead you have in the Pro Division standings. And but look out, you definitely got some guys lurking underneath you there. So
definitely. But I want that star on my car.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep battling. I've got two. I want a number 3.
All right. Well, there you go, chat. You heard it from Doug himself. He wants that. He wants that next star on his car for winning a series. So he's going to be looking to be battling here over the next 2 rounds for the Miata series. So congratulations, man, and of course, look forward to seeing what you got for us next week as well in the GT3 Cup. So
thank you.
And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, our overall winner of the race, and of course our first place finisher in the Pro Division today, Mr. Hairraiser. Well done, sir. Great race.
Thank you very much.
You were stuck in that battle with that 5-6 car pack up in front for the first 15 minutes of the race. You know, you didn't just get a clean getaway and run away for this race. You know, you had to fight those battles with those guys. You had to gain those positions. You had to lose those positions. You had to strategize. You had to think about what you were going to do next coming into the next corner. But eventually, the pit strategy got you out ahead by about 9 seconds. And for there, I'm sure for you, that was just a nice, comfortable spot and just bring it home win. But talk us through your race. Let us know, you know, the moments that you maybe thought it was going to change something for you or whatever. But yeah, talk us through your race today.
Yeah, the beginning was I was a bit taken back by Bar's quali. I thought I'd get a bit higher up than that, but anyway, it was a good battle at the beginning with Ibra and Doug and Mike. Oh dear, it was a bit hard fought. You know, once it was me, then it was Doug, and then it was Ibra and Mike, and of course you have to leave room on as you're going around the corners as well. Some of the tight hair bends, but yeah, I dropped back a bit on some stages to try and save a little bit of fuel if I could. But then if I did it too much, I would go back even further. So I thought I knew what my pit strategy was, and I thought I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to keep it because I know I could get ahead. So I did my pit strategy in. Yeah, I was like 7 or 8 seconds in front, and that worked. And funny enough, I was going to do the same for the second pit, but I had such a big cushion that I actually took some tyres for the second one. But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It was, and I mean, like I said, it wasn't. You didn't just get to run around Deep Forest Raceway for an hour with no pressure and no incidents or nothing happening around you. I mean, it was a well fought and well hard earned win for sure. For the majority of the race, I mean, it wasn't until the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the race that you really started to have that cushion, that comfort zone as the leader of the race. So, I mean,
it's hard to get a gap going because the cars the drafting is quite it pulls you in quite quickly, so it's hard to get that second gap.
Hey, and then that's what makes these MX5 touring cars so unique as a car class, as a racing class, is that's just it. The slipstream is so much different in these cars than it is a GT3 car, even a GT4 car. It seems like these cars are designed to be ferocious, close racing. The slipstream pulls them back together. They're so close in comparison in the way that these cars handle from one race car to the next as it comes off the showroom floor. Really it comes down to that driver behind the wheel and a little bit of car setup. So yeah, you're not wrong. It has, and it's been providing such great racing as this season has been progressing. The first race was a little bit of a small field, and everybody was kind of feeling the cars out still. And then you could see in Barcelona, everybody really started feeling the cars. And then today, you could really tell that everybody's really comfortable with the way these cars drive now. And now the focus is on racing. So, how do you feel about Red Bull Ring?
I'm going to have to practice a bit for Red Bull Ring, but I'm sure hopefully I'll be competitive as well. And like you say, the Amboids they're killing it out there as well. I had Trone behind me and Bar and so a few of the others, and you've really got to watch behind you as well, not just the Amboys, just not the Pro boys as well, So yeah, it makes it really great racing. Everyone does very well.
Absolutely, it's been really fun. Now that I actually know who's in what division, it makes it a little bit easier on the commentary side of things too, keeping it all straight for myself and the viewers. But yeah, today was exactly that. We had pro drivers and AM drivers right up front in that top pack, and then we had a mix of pro drivers and AM drivers in the back half of the field as well today, all day long. It was really exciting to see them watch each other race each other and how they handled each other around the racetrack, and it provided an absolutely fantastic race today. You guys did a fantastic job out there. But you're the big winner of the day. You come out with the big old P1 and overall P1. So yours, yeah. No, I don't think it's your first one, but it is in the Miatas.
It's my first P1. It's my first P1 in the Miatas and of the Group 3.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we can see much of the same result next week when we go to the GT3 Cup. Obviously, we know that you're always competing and quite competitive there. Red Bull Ring, a first place finish, gaining a little bit of points on Doug there, chasing Doug obviously in the standings. So there's not a huge gap there. You think you got a shot at Doug over the next two races?
Yeah, well, I want that star on my car, you see, because I've got two as well, and I need to get that third one, so I want it off him.
Ooh, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
You ain't having it.
This is a battle of the third star on the car here. We are going down for the Miatas this year, so this is going to be spectacular. We love to see it. But these aren't the only two that can be taking this whole thing home. These amateur drivers have proven the last 2 weeks that these guys could be a sleeper in one of these races and just absolutely show these pro guys that they can win too. So nothing is guaranteed in these Miatas, that is for sure. But great race by you, Hairraiser. Like Doug said, it was pretty much almost a flawless race, and very little mistakes, great consistency, and put you on top of the podium here today. So, shout outs.
Shout out to all the drivers that have taken part tonight. Well done, very well done, and all the podium winners. Unfortunately, I think one got lagged out, I think, at the beginning or something.
Yeah, we lost Bo and Pappy throughout the race. Yeah.
I do feel sorry for those. Hopefully they'll be back next week or the week after, whatever the division they're in. And shout out to yourself and all the fans and everybody watching as well. Great stuff.
Absolutely. And just great job by you guys. Huge shout out to the GTRC community. They have some great stuff going on over here. You guys saw it firsthand today with this absolutely spectacular MX5 race here at Deep Forest Raceway. And it's going to be no different in 2 weeks at Red Bull Ring in Austria, folks. So get your popcorns, get your snacks all ready for those for that race in a couple of weeks, because it is going to be absolutely 60 minutes of action. It's just going to be intense. I better get my voice ready. But yeah, I mean, look forward to seeing you guys next week in the GT3. The GT3 series has just been a hot series. It's been great racing, and can't wait to see most of you guys next week again racing those GT3 cars instead of the MX5s.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you guys enjoy your evenings and for some afternoons still. And we'll catch you all next week.
Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
buddy.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers for the commentary, man. Great work.
Cheers, cheers. You guys can go. Good to go now too. All right, chat. So there we have it. I mean, podium interviews are always great with these guys. They're always very well spoken. You know, it's nice to hear the racer's perspective of a race, right? After the race, after going through a grueling battle like some of these guys went through today, and just to hear what they have to say about what they saw, right? So, I mean, we've seen some incidents on track. You know, there's a good chance there's going to be some stewarding involved here in the race at some point in time that could change or affect the results, but that's what the staff is there to do, and they'll sort that out, and we'll see that, of course, in 2 weeks when we bring the standings back up on stream for everybody. Riley coming in with the thumbs up. How are you, my guy? Hope you're doing well, Riley. But that's going to be it for this broadcast today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it is Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, so I'm going to see what the scoop is here for this afternoon, and hopefully get ready to eat some turkey. Oh yeah, and yeah, we'll be back Monday. We're off Monday, as Monday is technically the holiday here in Canada for Thanksgiving. So we'll probably be live with a day stream Monday for everybody. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the reactions, whether it was over on the GTRC YouTube, the GT45 Gaming YouTube, or the GT45 Gaming Facebook. We appreciate your support across all our platforms here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're over on the GTRC YouTube before you leave the stream here today. And it's just something that's free to do, and it helps them grow. So that'd be greatly appreciated on behalf of the GT45 Gaming community. We appreciate you helping them out as well. And I can't wait to see what these guys bring for us next Saturday for the GT3 series. So this is going to be a bang-up race. The championship's getting tight. I think drop rounds are going to be coming into play here soon as well for the GT3 series coming next Saturday. So it's going to change up the standings, it's going to shake things up a little bit, and it's going to change some mentalities for some of the racers on the racetrack without a question of a doubt. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in today. We can't do this without you guys, the viewers. We appreciate all your support, and it's the reason why we continue to put on great racing events and bring them live to you as they happen. So it's been presented by the GTRC, the Gran Turismo Racing Community. I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, RR Ghost 45 on screen, and Timothy Gray in real life for those of you that know me in real life. We are also the proud sponsor of the GTRC moving forward here now at GT45 Gaming, and absolutely excited to see what these guys are bringing for the next championship series. So with that being said, enjoy your Thanksgiving weekends for those of us that are celebrating here in Canada, and for the rest of us worldwide, have an absolute bang up weekend. Spend some time with that family. Don't forget to kiss those kids, give them those big hugs, and just feel that love, because that's what really matters here, folks. And we appreciate you. Stay winning, peace and love. And remember, you're never alone. Our door is always open here at GT45 Gaming. You need to reach out. We are here to talk, listen, whatever you need, but we're here to help. We care about every one of our community members, new and existing, and you're not alone. You're not alone in the world. All you got to do is reach out. You'd be surprised who will sit there and help you out. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.